Britain hasn't had a ski jumper since 1929.
I'm going to be a ski jumper.
He's going to break his neck?
I'm going to break his neck.
One of the most popular, if not the best, ski jumpers in Olympic history was Eddie Edwards, better known as Eddie the Eagle.
The time to start jumping is when you're 5 or 6.
Kingsman star Taron Egerton and Hugh Jackman play the undaunted would-be athlete and his initially reluctant coach.
You want your moment, Eddie? You gotta do this for real. Our strategy will best be described as ugly but effective.
Of course, that doesn't sit well with the stuffy suits at the British Olympic Committee.
Don't I have a right to represent my country?
No.
He's a bad jumper, but a great story.
I was kicked off every team I was ever on before I even got a chance to prove myself. I take jumping very seriously, nearly as much as proving people wrong.
So with the public behind him, not to mention Jackman,
You got more dedication, you got more heart and spirit than any of those other jumpers out there. Any of them.
he may not win, but he can't lose.
This is your moment. You're Eddie the Eagle, man.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Such an inspiring movie.
That's right.
It's going to be great. But hey,
And this Friday, Eddie the Eagle opens in theaters.
yeah, and just on that note, he's live here in the studio right now. The real deal, the real Eddie Edwards. Welcome here to CT Styles. Give him a nice round of applause.
He has won all of
Wow.
our hearts.
This is so cool, Eddie. I mean, so tell us how you got into this sport specifically. It's such an inspiring story because it's pretty bold of you.
I started when I was 13 on a school ski trip. Went to Italy, did alpine skiing, started racing.
See, a lot of people didn't know that you did downhill skiing.
No, they don't. And I started racing and got my international license to race for Great Britain. Came to America to race, ran out of money. I was in Lake Placid in upstate New York, and I saw the ski jumps and realised we've never had a jumper before. So I thought I'd give it a go. Started jumping, and then 20 months later, I was standing at the top of the jumps in Calgary, and then became Eddie the Eagle and was waving to the crowd, and that was it. The rest is history.
But it wasn't easy for you, though.
Oh, no, it wasn't. I slept in mental hospitals, I scraped food out of bins, I slept in the car, I slept in cow sheds. It was difficult. No money, no facilities, no training facilities, no trainer, nothing.
So the movie coming out this Friday, how much of the movie holds true to your story? How involved were you in the creative process?
Well, I signed the deal 17 years ago to make a movie. And I sat down with the script writers, told them all about my life and about my adventures in getting to the Calgary Olympics. And they came up with a script, and then I let them get on with it. And then 2 years ago, we got a phone call from a director and Matthew Vaughan from Mar Films, and he said, "We just bought the rights. We start filming in 2 months." We got Hugh Jackman and Taron Egerton, and they started filming it.
What a great get to get Hugh Jackman.
No, none of my coaches have ever been as good looking as Hugh Jackman.
I bet not.
What was it like working with him, though? I mean, a huge Hollywood star like that.
Yeah, he was lovely. I met him, he rang me a couple of times on my mobile, and I met him out in Garmisch. I was invited out on set, watched them film a couple of the scenes. Great guy. And I met him last night at the premiere in New York, and I'll be seeing him in London for the premiere there and stuff. So he's lovely, lovely man.
Now you're hanging out with the stars.
Oh, well, what can I say?
Now you're big time, and you're on CT Style. So I mean, this is about the peak of your career.
Exactly. Here on
now.
this couch is the pinnacle.
This moment.
So let's talk a little bit more about how you got to that point, though. It was, as you're describing, it was a tough uphill battle for you.
It was. I had no money, no training facilities, no trainers, nothing. Different people chipped in with bits of equipment. Some of the teams even fed me. They brought me ham rolls and cheese rolls and bananas to the jumps. I was sleeping in the car. Even at -20, I was trying to sleep in the car or in cow sheds.
How do you keep yourself motivated to keep going?
I've always been extremely self-motivated, and if I could stay out there, if I had $10, and that meant I could stay out there for another week, even if it meant living off, apples and lettuce and bananas, as long as I could stay out there and carry on ski jumping, then I would do it.
Something else, you wore glasses the entire time.
I did, yes. I've had eye surgery now.
There you go.
Yeah,
You can try
So
that
how
on.
tough was that for you?
Look at you.
Exactly.
Cool.
You look great.
You're like GQ now.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Look at that.
That must have been tough, though, wearing glasses as you were competing.
It was because my glasses kept steaming up.
Yeah.
So I'd be sitting at the top of the bar, getting ready to go. The last thing I'd do, bring my goggles over my glasses because my glasses would steam up.
Yeah.
But as I go down the jump, I would start picking up speed, the air would flow through my goggles, and it would usually clear my glasses. But 3 or 4 jumps in every 10, they didn't, and I was taking off, and I couldn't see which way was up. I couldn't see where I was landing.
Tell us about that moment when you're standing on top of the jump. I mean, you see it on TV, and it is it gives you the heebie-jeebies. I mean,
Scary.
It does, yeah. And I did 40,000 jumps, and I was just as scared to do the last one as I was to do the first. You're standing at the top. You can see, 300 feet down the below, and you're going to be going down there. You'll be flying through the air. It's really, really scary.
How many times have you actually crashed?
About 40, 50 times, and I've injured myself about 8 or 9 times. So it's not too bad. One injury every 5,000 jumps, which wasn't too bad.
pretty
really.
good percentage there.
Not bad percentage. Fractured my skull a few times, broke my jaw, collarbone, ribs, kidneys, damaged my knee, all kinds of stuff.
All right, you came in last, but
deal.
you came in first in all of our hearts
Thank you.
during those Olympic Games.
Thank you very much. Yeah, for me, getting to those Olympic Games was my gold medal, and I think people really liked the fact that I was there. I was exemplifying that Olympic spirit. I had a smile on my face, and it was my dream to get to those Olympic Games, and I made my dream come true, and I think people really loved me being there and loved what I represented.
Wonderful
Absolutely.
story. Eddie, thank you so much for joining us here
Thank
today on
you.
City Style. How
Thank
cool
you.
is this? Of course, you guys can check out the movie this Friday, Eddie the Eagle. It is premiering this Friday right here in Connecticut. Eddie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So inspiring, such a great movie. Coming up